Today, slicks are going on, but first we need to take the wheels off. And to do that, there are a few things that I learned that I actually needed. Like a headstand. And I ended up purchasing this Pitbull hybrid headstand. And the reason I got a hybrid one was because you got the ones with the little swingy things for the track, so it's much easier. And then you can add this piece, which is what you need to actually pick the front end up and get the front wheel off. Well, I mean, you don't need to, but trust me, you're gonna want one of these, especially if you do suspension stuff. And to get this headstand to work with your 990 RCR, you're gonna need a specific pin. And this is the number 12 pin from Pitbull. I'll put the link in the description down below. Not the 12T, but the number 12. And it actually works really, really well. So let me show you how to put this on and pick the front end of the bike up. All right, you're gonna wanna start by lining up this top piece underneath and fitting it into that little hole at the bottom of the head there. All right, now that's in place. And then all you're gonna do is press down and pick it up. Boom. And now the bike is picked up and there's no pressure on the bottom of these forks, which is really nice and easy compared to using these ones. And well, if you needed to, you could actually pull the actual suspension off this bike just in this position. So it works out really well, and I suggest that you grab one. Let me see if I can show you here nicely. There it is, just like that. And now you've got room. So now that the front end's picked up, you would think, okay, all I gotta do is throw a socket on this front nut and I'm good to go. But KTM, and I've seen them do it on other bikes, so it isn't like completely new, they use a hex kind of key sort of hole thingy. Like I've never seen it before on any bike of mine. And what I had to do was go out and buy a 12mm hex socket to get this front nut off. So yeah, kind of interesting how the 12s came into play. Like, yeah, you see what I'm talking about here? And you gotta hit, and then that goes in there. A lot different than option 1 or even option 2. So I'm used to the whole nut. I am not used to this kind of configuration. And then once you're at this point, it's basically business as usual. And I'll walk you through all of this fun stuff, probably a little bit quicker. I'm gonna shut up. Alright, so this nut is loose, this side caliper is off, but fun fact, the pinch bolts are all the way under here. Again, new to me, but yeah, all the way down there. Alright, so now that we got everything loose, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this axle out. I hope I don't hit anything, which could be an issue, and I really hope I don't run into that. But we will see. God, they really don't give you a lot of room. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Woo! Woo! Tire should just drop straight down. And, okay, don't move. Away it goes. Front is out. Whee! Oh, and just my tip really quick. Instead of having your calipers just hang around, what I like to do is just take the top bolt and thread it back in, just so it holds in place until you get the wheels back. I don't like having all that pressure just kind of hanging on that line. And now on to the rear. And I didn't show you in the front, but I actually have the sliders, the crash sliders, whatever, from KTM. I went with the cheap ones instead of like the cool anodized orange or black ones, just because, well, they're meant to crash. So 50 bucks is much better than 100 bucks. Like, I'll take it. So make sure you remove these first, and it's pretty easy. And once you're back here, you take the same T27 and actually take off this sensor here. This is for the rear brake, and this is your rear speed sensor, but you just want to make sure that it's out of the way before you start kind of ripping this thing out here. Which, I hate doing rears, and I wish KTM did like one of those cool underslung brake, you know, bracket holders thingies. And I'm hoping that somebody makes one, an aftermarket one that I can use, because that looks so much easier. I see it on the BMWs, on some of the Aprilias, on like all the race bikes, and you don't even have to take the rear brake caliper off. You just slide the wheel out. So I'm hoping this will be similar, but I don't know. Let's find out. Now, your rear nut is also on this side, and it is a 32 on the socket scale here. And for me, usually they're torqued to 90 foot-pounds. I adjusted the chain when I was at the track. So this thing is on here and it fits, and I'm just gonna crack it. There we go. All right. And then once you're at this point, it's actually fairly easy. So I'm gonna take this nut completely off. Boop. And that is out of the way. I'm also gonna get this rear block out of the way as well. All right, so what I'm going to do is now take the chain off, and I'm gonna press the axle out a little bit, try to slide it as far forward as I can, and actually, holy smokes, maybe not. I'm just gonna pull the axle completely out and try to slide it forward as far as I can. Get that chain off. Oh, you're not, you stupid. See, this is the part that I was trying to avoid, that I hate. And with that wheel just sitting on the ground, I'm gonna try to, god damn. This thing is freaking in here. Pop the rear brake line out. So I got some wiggle room. Okay, that is out of the way. Oh, that's lighter than I thought. Okay, rear is off. KTM, come on, take notes. Dude, make this so much easier, please. Or somebody make a bracket for this, because I hate that. Okay, so the wheels are off. Hopefully I can get rid of that entire exhaust system right there. Just get rid of it all. But yeah, it's up in the air. It's doing its thing. Yeah, all right. So it looks like these puppies are going on. Here we go. Alright, slicks are on. Here we go. And I'm keeping these guys just for road tires in the future. So I'm going to save you the pain of watching me put these back on. And we're going to see what and we're going to see what it looks like when we're done. Oh yeah. Look at that. Woo! That's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat back there. And the fronts. Yeah. It looks good. Looks really good. Now a reminder, factory is a 180/55, but these are a 180/60 in the rear. And the front, obviously the 120/70. But these are the Pirelli Diablo Superbike slicks, and I got the SC2 compound, and that's just because of the tracks around here. So I'm really excited to test these things out, and they do look a little bit taller, but I am beyond ready to go for the next track day. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and well, got to see some of the process to actually take these wheels off, put slicks on there, and well, see the before. But next, we have to take them to the track and really see how sticky these things are. If you have any other questions on the tires, where I got them, or how to get a set of slicks in your area, put it in the comments down below, or find my email address and shoot it over. But until next time, remember to keep riding.